Everyone, I hope you're all well. Cole there, I'm back again. If you subscribe to my channel, you know what I'm about. If you don't subscribe to my channel, my name's Cole Dare. I'm a reformed criminal. I do interviews with the media on knife crime, gun crime, gangs, prison issues, prison reforms, all them stuff. It's all in the past now. Anyway, I'm here today to talk about a new law that's coming into effect tomorrow, Thursday, the 18th of August, 2016, where zombie knives are being outlawed and banned. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of people like on social media that are obviously like no idea what goes on the streets and live in bubbles or something. Because they're like, oh, it's illegal. It's going to stop it. Right? Listen, let me tell you. Right. I've been arrested for possession of like offensive weapons, knives, firearms, everything, right? So it's not going to stop it. Just because something's illegal doesn't mean it fucking stops people. All it means is that they go underground. Sales of knives go underground. I don't even need to go to a shop to buy a knife. Knives are readily available. I've got literally, I can see about 10 out the corner of my eye, right? So knives are readily available, people. Zombie knives being added to the list. Yes, they are dangerous, but any knife is dangerous. A kitchen knife that you use to chop carrots is fucking dangerous. A zombie knife is, yeah, the bigger, the serrated edges and stuff, and serrated blades and stuff. But a knife is a knife, and knives take lives. It's a simple fact. I mean, you've only got to look at London. There's been 4 deaths in the past 2 weeks in London where people have been stabbed to death. Now, knives are readily available, right? They're cheap to buy. They are easy to conceal. And people use them and carry them for a lot of different reasons, right? A lot of these lads are like young teenagers to like late teens that carry these knives that are like they're involved in gangs and things like that. A lot of people carry them because it's the in thing. You carry knives and stuff and lock knives and lock blades and zombie knives and everything else, right? Two, because like paranoid as well, because like if you're on the estate and there's 2 active gangs within the estate, you've got to carry a weapon, a knife or a gun, firearm, because you don't want to get caught slipping in their area and you end up the person that gets stabbed to death, right, in these knife incidents, right, obviously the people most of the time are not stabbed to death for no reason. It's normally people with mental health problems or rival gang members stabbing rival gang members up. That just seems to be the way it goes. But like the person that carries the knife is as likely to get killed as the person that's just been stabbed to death, because I have no sympathy really as someone that's been involved in that world, because if you're carrying a knife, right, and you get stabbed to death, right, the only difference between the victim could easily be the person that's carrying out the crime, right? That's in layman's terms. That's just simple. But yeah, knives are readily available. They're cheap. They're easy to conceal. They're everywhere. Knives are fucking everywhere. Right? I could go into the army surplus store in town now and buy fucking like a commando knife, a commando dagger, a machete, a combat knife with a serrated blade. All these things, man. And then just because something's made illegal doesn't mean it's going to stop happening. People are still going to buy knives. All it means is they go under the counter, they got pushed to the underground, like people have to buy them on the dark web. But if people honestly believe that making something illegal, right, illegal doesn't mean fuck all. All it means is if you're caught with it, you're going to get arrested, right? And then if you're arrested, right, what are the chances you actually ended up in prison? Like slim to none, depending on your record and previous and stuff. So it's a fucking stupid law. I mean, I remember doing a video on here in relation to Bailey Gwynn, a schoolboy from Scotland who was stabbed to death at his school on his dinner break, I believe. And there's a video on my timeline somewhere, you'll have to find it. I did a video on that. But like, the police powers of stop and search are just ridiculous. The police seem to go for the black youth. That's who they seem to aim this at. Like, especially in like London, Manchester, Birmingham, Liverpool. It seems to be the black youth that the police go after, that they actively target black youths. I'm a white guy. I was a gang member. but in the police's eyes, with the police racism the way it is, like police believe that gang members are, I don't know, 80%, 70%, 80%, 90% black, which is fucking stupid. With less police officers on the street, many areas in the country, like inner city estates, things like that, are like feral. There's no police on the estate. There's an anti, and even if there is police on the estate, there's an anti, like there's a genuine like anti-establishment, anti-police like attitude towards the police. I mean, I remember when I was growing up and I was like a kid, I was petrified of the police. Petrified. I remember when I first got arrested, I was fucking shitting myself. I think I actually cried on my first arrest, right? As embarrassing as that may sound, but I was about 12, right? But now, I've been in trouble for assaulting police. People tell police to fuck off. Kids tell police to fuck off. There is a massive gap between the police and the public, and many of the reasons are because, like, the police are racist, fact. Example, like, I think 48 hours ago, former Aston Villa striker, Dalian Atkinson, was shot with a taser numerous times, according to reports, and died of a cardiac arrest on the way to the hospital. Now, he's another black man. And I think that's over 1,500 deaths at the hands of, like, police on people. Like, so over 1,500 people have died at the hands of the police. And the police are not held accountable. The IPCC, the police investigating the police, as we like to say, it's like asking Al Capone to investigate the mafia. It's a fucking joke. They're corrupt. The police are corrupt. They're racist. And the simple fact is you don't see them about, do you? So people, no wonder crime rates are so high. Knife crime, gun crime. But, right, where people used to wait till night time to go and, if I had an issue with somebody there, right, I'd wait till nightfall. Right, I'm talking hypothetically here. Just for the record, right? If I had a problem with someone, right, I'd wait until nightfall. I'd get a ballet, I'd get a pair of leather gloves, I'd get a knife or a firearm, and I'd go after that person. Now, because there was a lot of police about, but look at it now, right? People are actively going out in the streets in the middle of the day, in daytime, in line of CCTV, no balaclavas, no gloves, no hoodies, no nothing, and just going out and stabbing people up because they've got a problem and they want to sort it. They want to sort out their beef. They want to sort out their issues, and that's what's happening. And people can go out and commit these sorts of stabbings and shootings and stuff in broad daylight simply because there are not the numbers of police on the streets. Like I say, and then the police ask these people on the estates, oh, there's been a stabbing, there's been an incident, there's been a firearms incident. People don't speak to the fucking police. People don't trust the police, right? People are actually actively turning to gang members, to gangsters, to older heads on the estate, to feared, respected hard men on the streets to sort out the problems, because one, they turn up, and two, they'll stop a problem. If they say it stops, it fucking stops. If the police turn up, what can they do? Or the perpetrators we're not about, so we can't do anything. We'll keep an open like inquiry. Load of shit. Police are useless, right? Back to the knives and stuff. Like, you'll never stop sales of knives because, like, you can't distinguish between a genuine, like, right, example now. I'll tell you, right, I'm not preaching. This is like an instance what you could use, right? Hypothetical, like, made up circumstance, right? Say I go to town now, right? I go into a couple of stores that I know that sell knives, but like machetes, things like that, right? Say a combat knife, right? Now, I've got this combat knife, right? I'm on my way home. Just by chance, the police stop me, right? It wouldn't happen because the police are not about, but say the police stop me, right? I'm in possession of this knife, right? Now, I get arrested. I go to the police station. I'm booked in. I'm questioned under caution. I just simply say, look, there's a couple of things you could say. Oh, I've just found the knife on the street, and I was on my way home to ring the police. And you get away with it, right? I bought a knife because I'm interested in hunting. I was taking it straight home and I was going to use it to go hunting, right? You probably get away with it because you're given a reason, right? And the police can't disprove what you're saying. So, and if they can't disprove it, you're not getting charged, right? And that's a fact, right? Even if you're a young gang member, right? If I'm a young gang member now, like I said, I've been involved with gangs, I've carried fucking weapons, right? Now, if I'm walking on there and a copper like fucking like feels me collar, right? Searches me and I've got a knife on me, I'd say, listen, I found a knife on the street. I was on my way to a phone box, or I was going home, and then I was going to ring the police to come and get it. Right? You're getting away with it. Simple, simple. And that's not. I'm not telling people to use them as excuses. By the way, that's just a made-up scenario that I'm referring to. Because the CPS and the police have got certain guidelines which they've got to use in order to charge. But while saying that, I end up in fucking prison because someone said I won't go into it. But yeah, I end up in prison on a bullshit charge, on remand, which the case got dropped down the line. But yeah, this whole zombie knife thing, it's not fucking, it's stupid. It's a stupid law. Yes, it's going to rid the streets of them, but like I say, they can't stop you selling kitchen knives, can they? They can't. So a kitchen knife's a kitchen knife, and it'll end your life. But all you need to do is sharpen the fucking things. They don't even need sharpening. That one there is cut through my fucking finger, so you don't need to sharpen the knives really. The knives are deadly. Kitchen knives are deadly. They're available in Asda, fucking pound stores, Poundland, fucking B&M Bargains, Tesco, fucking B&Q, Army Surplus stores. You can buy knives fucking everywhere. Everywhere. And do you know what the thing is? There's more dangerous fucking... They sell more dangerous weapons than them. Chainsaws and shit like that. People can buy anything. Do you know what I mean? Anything. And on the internet, you can buy fucking anything as well. Like overseas things, people are ordering, like canisters of CS gas and stuff like that. People can order this shit, and it's strong stuff as well. It's off the continent, strong stuff, and the police are powerless to stop it. And again, it's small, it's very, very easy to conceal, and things like that. And like I say, these knives and stuff, there's no practical use for a zombie knife, but one or two of them I've seen look like they could chop down like trees and things like that. So you just say, oh well, I've been thinking about setting up my own gardening business and stuff and blah blah blah. And do you know what, the police can't disprove it, so you're gonna walk, aren't you? But yeah, more people are carrying knives. Knife crime seems to be taking over gun crime as the street's biggest killers. But there are probably less, there's obviously going to be less firearms than there are knives on the streets, but the truth is you don't know how many firearms are on the streets. I mean, firearms are everywhere, knives are everywhere. I'd like to know, like under the Freedom of Information Act, just how many people carry knives and how many people that are searched have got like possession of offensive weapons and things like that, knuckle dusters, knives, CS spray, machetes, things like that. There's many ways around the police and stuff on these issues. And even if you're caught with them, what are the chances of you actually going to prison? None. Small. Unless you've got fucking loads. And even if you've got loads behind you, you can still walk. It's simple, innit? The simple facts are, there's an epidemic on the streets with fucking firearms. There's an epidemic on the streets with knives. Knives and lives. Guns and lives. Fucking everything. Dangerous, man. I seen a program the other night about one punch killers, about people that punch people and they fall and the fucking head smashes off the thing and they die. We're dangerous people. We're more dangerous and volatile and violent than the kids that were growing up 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Because we're in poverty, we're below the breadline, and people are selling the drugs and carrying the weapons and stuff because they can, because it's cool. Well, it's not cool, but that's what people think. It's cool. It's the in thing. And if I see my man from a rival gang, I'm gonna fucking murk him. I'm gonna stab him up. I'm gonna kill him. And it goes on. And like I say, the police are powerless to stop it. Many areas of society are disenfranchised, don't have a stake in society. Many areas of society and the country and intercity estates are feral. the use of raising themselves, and yeah, simple as that. Money talks. People want to earn money. Money talks. And the gang wars, drug wars, fucking. You've got religious wars with fucking Muslim extremists and all that sort of crazy stuff. And people use knives in the daily thingy, right? And they're never going to go away. And the police are powerless to stop it. So bringing another law in, another knife crime law. What does that? If people think that knives are going to fall off the face of the earth, you fucking very stupid people. Not going to happen. Yeah, and I just wanted to touch base with it. Obviously, knife crime rates are on the increase, right? And just keep listening to what I'm saying, because, like I say, knife crime rates and murders and stabbings are going through the roof, and they're only going to get worse. People, less police, more violent people, more weapons, more knives, more CS fucking gas, more knuckle dusters, more firearms, more zombie knives, dangerous people, violent, volatile, dangerous, right? That's the society we live in. It's do or die. Right, on that note, I'm going to shoot off. Thanks for your time, guys. God bless, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.